Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are playing some Minecraft while I tell some stories about some times that I have almost taken an L for say. I have almost died. So, we're gonna start off this first story. Today I'm gonna be telling two. But we're gonna start off this first story back when I was a little bit younger. I was out with some friends on a mountain, just riding some four-wheelers. You know, just having some fun. And, you know, we were just kind of driving around, and then we found this hill, right? And it was a pretty steep hill. I mean, I don't know exactly how many degrees it would be, but it was a pretty steep hill. Now, on this four-wheeler that we had, if you could imagine, it was like a Honda four-wheeler, you know, but we had put like a grate thing, like a holder thing on the back of it, which was supposed to support or hold up like a cooler, just stuff like that. You know, just for drinks, anything like that. But anyways, we were going up this hill, and I didn't see this before, but because this rock was like very much hidden, right? But, you know, when this happened, we were going up the hill, and then all of a sudden, you know, I hit this rock, and the four-wheeler tipped backwards, and it was pretty much perpendicular. Yeah, it's perpendicular to the hill, damn near about to roll backwards on me. And I was probably maybe 600 feet up this hill. It was a huge hill. And so, maybe not 600, but you get the point. Anyways, four-wheeler tips backwards. And everyone's freaking out. We're like, oh shit, what do we do? So, come to the conclusion that I just need to get the F off of the four-wheeler, because for some reason, we'll get into this later, but something had stopped the four-wheeler from rolling backwards, and I got very, very lucky. And it's also confusing about like what had happened and why it was that. We'll get to that in just a little bit though. Anyways, four-wheeler tips backwards. A couple buddies are just hauling ass up this hill to make sure that the four-wheeler doesn't roll over and that get off safe, you know, all that good stuff. Anyways, we get the four-wheeler down, and you know, we get it back down to the bottom of the hill. Everything's all right. Everything is good. We are just, you know, we're just kind of chilling. We're like, oh my lord, that actually just happened. Pretty scary moment. Anyways, we look at the four-wheeler. Turns out the only reason that it did not roll backwards was because of the grate. But what we have also thought about to have happened is the only reason that the four-wheeler did roll backwards was because of the grate and all the stuff that it had on it. So, kind of took an L, but also at the same time, it also kind of saved me and kept me alive, which is pretty nice, if I do say so myself. But anyways, we decide to go back up this hill and just floor it all the way up. This is probably gonna look horrible. I guess it doesn't look too bad. Anyways, we just absolutely sent it up this hill because we're like, well, you know, let's take everything off the four-wheeler. We can just carry that up. And if we get over this rock without it flipping, then we'll be good. This is also probably gonna look terrible, but I guess we'll see what it looks like. This is only going to be a temporary house, but, you know, just for the night, and then I'll fix it later and do all that good stuff. Yeah, it looks horrid, but you know what? That's alright. We're going to make this just the most incredible looking house you will ever see. Not janky at all. Anyways, we send it up the hill, and we get up. Just fine, no problems. Get up to the top. We're all freaking out because of what just happened. kind of didn't hit me until after that, like, if it would have rolled backwards, there's a pretty good chance that I would not be here. But, you know, nothing really, I mean, it's been a while, so I don't exactly remember, but I don't think anything really happened after that. We kind of just went on. We didn't go on for much longer because of what happened. We were all kind of freaked out for a little bit. And I was scared to ride four-wheelers for a while because of that. Just scary stuff. But didn't die, which is good. Made it out alive, which I'm very happy about. That would have kind of sucked if I was unalived by that four-wheeler. That's not a great way to go out. Oh, this kind of looks cool. Anyways, so we all get back home. We're all just kind of like, holy shit. What was that? We didn't really ride four-wheelers again for quite some time, but nothing really happened after that. We all just kind of chilled. Didn't really go ride four-wheelers anymore after that. You know, I took a while off of... Why am I going in a circle? This is so dumb. Anyways, I took a while off of riding four-wheelers because of what had happened, and I was quite scared that it was going to happen again, understandably, as one would be if you almost die. Get a little bit nervous about, you know, what had happened, and you get a little bit nervous to do it again. So, moral of the story, there isn't really one, but if you're riding a four-wheeler, make sure you aren't going to die before you go up a hill. I don't know. That was an interesting little story about when I was younger, but you know. But this next story that I'm about to tell in just a minute was a little bit later in life. You know, I was a little bit older, all this good stuff. And I was driving, right? By myself. I was in a old 2000 Toyota Tundra. I'll throw a picture up on screen so you can see what it looked like. And this thing, you know, it's not very fast. It's got like maybe 200 horsepower, not the fastest thing in the world. Anyways, the bed of the truck, rear end of it, super light. You know, there's not much there that makes it heavy and keeps it from sliding. If you can already understand what had happened, yeah. So, I was driving it. It had two modes. It has four-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive. And that rear-wheel drive, I was just driving in rear-wheel drive. And you might be like, well, that's a stupid-ass idea. Why would you do that? Like, that's why what happened, well, I'll get to what happened in a minute, happened. Anyways, so I'm just driving back home, and it had snowed quite a bit, like a week before, but it was kind of nicer out, so all the snow and ice and stuff had melted. Or so I thought. So I was headed home, pretty dark outside. You know, when it's winter, it gets dark really quickly, but, you know, so it was dark. And the headlights on this truck really suck. So I couldn't really see much, even with the brights on. I was driving home, and all of a sudden, before I knew what happened, I hit a patch of black ice. If you don't know what that is, it's basically ice. I'm pretty sure it has like dirt in it, which makes it very, very hard to see. It like blends in with the road. You just can't see it very well. So anyways, I hit this black ice. I'm in rear wheel drive mode, and I didn't super know how to correct out of it. I had never been like taught how to. This was also very early on when I started driving. And so, anyways, the back end of the truck had just completely fishtailed. Like, I was completely sideways on the road. Luckily, there was no one else on the road, so nothing else had happened out of, like, what with that. Well, nothing happened with someone else and me. Anyways, I tried to correct it because I had an idea how. You know, I really like cars and stuff. So I had kind of understood-ish how to do it. And so I was like, all right, I gotta try and get out of this. But approximately, it seemed, well, all right. First, it seemed like time had just like slowed down. It seemed like this whole incident took like an hour, but it was more like 20 seconds. It was scary, right? But it had went sideways, and during this 20 seconds that seemed like it was way longer, I was like, all right, you know, I have an idea of what I can do. Let's just do it. And as I was thinking, I have no idea where my house is. That kind of sucks. Oh, it's over here. Okay. Wow, it was literally right there. I am blind. Anyways, so fishtails, right? And I'm trying to get it corrected, but about 20 seconds after that, actually not even that, maybe 5. Maybe like 5 seconds. Oh, that's pretty rare. Maybe like 5 seconds into this, right? It just hit the pavement, the asphalt again. Just that fast. And once it hit the asphalt, it went off of the road. Now I went to go hit the brakes. Now keep in mind, the side of the road is still, it still has a ton of snow on it, like on the like banks of the road. And so slid off the road, and I went to go hit the brakes, and because I was panicking so bad, my foot was not in the right position. And keep in mind, in this truck, the pedal and brake, the gas pedal and the brake are really close together. Like, they are not far apart at all. And so I accidentally hit the gas and absolutely sent myself into a guardrail. One of the scariest moments of my life. I hit the front, it would have been the front passenger side of the car, or the truck, and it pushed in the whole, what the fuck? It pushed in the entire engine bay, you know, everything, body, hood, just everything there. It had pushed it in about halfway into the truck, right? Oh god, that was almost really not good. Anyways, it had pushed it in about halfway to the truck. And why am I leaving the crafting table? I did not even craft what I needed to craft. And during this time, I didn't really remember that happening. I don't know if I passed out or what in the hell happened. Because the next day, actually, I'll get to that part in a second. That part's a little, you know, it's a little bit later down the road. Anyways, get that done. All that happened. I don't remember hitting the front. Basically, what had happened is it hit the front and it spun around. It like bounced off the guardrail and spun around, and then it hit the back. Once I realized what had happened, I was like, oh, you know, it's not too bad. It just hit the back. Not bad. Everything is fine. I'm gonna be good. You know, like it hurts, you know, all this stuff. Like it sucks, but I'm gonna be all right. And I was all right. But while this had happened, this other person had seen it happen. They were like behind me like a ways. I don't think they actually saw the crash happen. They just saw that, you know, that I was on the side of the road and had all of this going on with the truck. Came over, made sure I was okay. I was completely shooken up. Like, I did not know what had just happened. I was freaking out, all this stuff. And, I was all right. And I'm very grateful for these people. They stayed there the entire time until, I had gotten my parents and everything there to get the truck home and get me home. And, we had to do what you have to do if a crash happens. We had to call the police. But super nice lady. She was just like, "Are you okay? Like, is there anything I can do to help out? I can see what had happened. I can see you're really shook up. Like, is there any way that I can help?" We were like, "No, it's okay. We're all good." And sometimes when this happens, you can technically be written a ticket. Because I guess, I guess it would be to, like, pay for the damages or something. I don't really know. Anyways, she doesn't write me a ticket, thankfully. I was already having a rough enough time. But super nice lady. And so after all that happened, they said you might get a call from the city just asking what had happened, all that stuff. Or I don't remember where she said it. It's been a while since this happened. And so nothing ever happened. Nothing ever came out of it. Anyways, get the truck home. Everything's good. I'm really sore. Well, I guess I'm not really sore yet because I have a bunch of adrenaline just going. So I don't really feel it. So I'd hit my knee on the it's like steering column cover. If you don't know what that is, like the plastic piece that's right underneath your steering wheel. Basically a cover for your steering column, I'm pretty sure. And so I'd hit my knee on that, but nothing else. So I wasn't hurt per se, like anything bad as far as I knew. I had a bunch of adrenaline going, so I didn't really know what had happened. Anyways, fast forward till the next day because I went home, freaked out, my parents are making sure I'm okay, all this stuff is going on. And they're trying to calm me down. Anyways, I get calmed down, I eat some food, and then I just went straight to bed. I could hardly believe what had even happened. So I just went straight to bed. Next morning, I wake up. The most sore I have ever been. I have never been this sore from lifting, running, doing gymnastics, all this stuff. Like basketball, anything. Anyways, I had never felt this sore. And I had to go to school. And I was like, "Mom, please don't make me go to school. Like, I am in so much pain." And she's like, "Nah, you gotta go." And I was like, "Bruh, are you kidding me?" She's like, "Nope, you gotta go." It's like, all right, whatever. So I get up. Are you coming after me? Bruh. Anyways, I try and get up because my mom's like, "You gotta go. Like, you gotta go to school." So I'm laying there for a minute. I have a little bit of time before I have to actually leave. I tried to get up out of bed. I could not stand up. I could not move. Now, I hadn't broken anything. I hadn't had anything like that. I got so freaking lucky that nothing happened to me. All that had happened was I hit my knee on that plastic steering column cover. And tried to get up and move, and my mom was like, "Are you coming?" I was like, "Yeah." I was kind of annoyed that I had to go to school, but, I wasn't being like an ass. But I was like, "Yeah, I'm coming." So I try and get up. I can't get up. Oh god, I might die here. Oh yeah, Fortnite skills. Anyways. Oh god, I'm probably gonna die. I can't sprint. Oh shit! Anyways, while I'm killing this skeleton, I go eat some cereal. Can barely get up. Are you fucking kidding me? No, I'm not getting shot at again. Okay, anyways. I go to try and get up out of bed to go eat some cereal. Oh my god, I am getting shot at. No, I'm not. Jesus. Let's just not get hit by any of those, because that would be not fun. Anyways, I go to eat some cereal. Can't get up. Can barely walk. My mom's like, are you coming? I was like, yeah, trying. It's kind of hard right now. She's like, yeah, I know. Are you kidding me? Alright, I'm just gonna try and just dig out of here. I do not want to die. Anyways, you know, I'm getting ready to go to school, and I'm like, alright, I'll see you guys later. I'm headed to school. And my mom's like, where are you going? I'm like, I'm gonna drive myself to school. And she goes, no, you're not. And I go, why not? I'm able to. Like, everything's good. Like, I only hit, okay, let me correct myself. I was like, everything should be fine, right? And she goes, how are you gonna get yourself to school? And I was like, I'm just gonna drive the Tundra. And she goes, how do you expect to do that? And I go, it should be fine, right? I only hit the back end of it. And she goes, maybe you should go look at it. I'm like, okay. So I go and look at it. And oh my gosh. You know how I said that the first, like, half, or the passenger side about halfway through was pushed in? Like, completely. I did not know that yet. And so I was under the impression that I was going to be good to go and just drive. No. She tells me to go out and look at the truck. I'm like, all right. I go out and look at it. And that is when it hit me that the crash was a little bit worse than I thought. It was pretty bad. You know, I had taken a fat L. And so I was like, yeah, you're right. I can't go to school. Anyways, we go get the truck fixed. You know, I have to go to school. My dad takes it to go get it fixed, and we had to take it to a body shop for like 3 months. Had to order a bunch of parts, new transmission, because transmission was slipping, new engine, this freaking engine was knocking, and all this crap. And so I gotta figure out how to get out of here. Anyways, this is a horrible idea, but I'm just gonna do it anyways, because I don't know where the hell I am. Anyways, I had to go to school. And when I got to school, I could not walk up the stairs, down the stairs, anything. And so I was like, Mom, what do I do? You know, I can barely walk. And she goes, well, you can see if the office, because our school's office, we have like elevators, right? But you could only use them if something had happened, like you broke a bone and you couldn't walk up or down the stairs. She's like, you could go see if they have any spare keys, but if they don't have any spare keys, don't try and like pressure them. I mean, I wouldn't pressure them, but she was like, don't try and like, don't, just ask one time. If they can't give you one, then they can't give you one, because, you know, I would rather have someone who has like a broken leg go and get one instead of me. Because while it sucked and it hurt and I could barely move, I would much rather someone else have an easier time than me. You know, I would rather myself be in more pain than someone else. I don't want to see anyone else in pain. That makes me quite sad. Anyways, I get to school, I go over there and I'm like, hey, you know, I understand if you don't have any, other people need this more than me. But they're like, and I was like, do you have a key? You know, I got into a crash last night and I can't really walk that well up and down stairs. Like, I just can't do it. And they're like, yeah, we have a ton. I was like, are you sure? They're like, yeah, absolutely. So I get a key for the elevator. And I had that key for about a week. You know, I didn't want to keep it for too long because, like I said, I don't want someone else who needs it more than me to not have it. Anyways, I get the truck back about 4 months after this had all went down, and it had just snowed again. And I was like, not this shit again. I was scared. I did not want to drive. I was so freaking scared. And so I started driving to school. And if you've never driven on like icy roads before, bridges are 10 times worse because air can go underneath them and cool everything off, make ice. Now I was going over it, and we had put sandbags, like heavy ass sandbags, in the back of this truck to make it so that the back end wouldn't just slide out of nowhere. Oh god, am I gonna get shot? No, I'm good. We made sure that the back end wouldn't slide out, all this stuff. And so all this had happened, but still, I was driving over this bridge. I was going slow. There was no one behind me, so I didn't feel bad for going slow at all. But I was going slow because I did not want anything to happen. And again, the goddamn back end of the truck had slipped out. But this time, there was a Jeep coming towards me, on the other side of the road. This is a one-lane road. There's one lane going one way, there's another one going the other way. And I am like damn near completely sideways. This whole ass bridge is covered in ice. Now, thankfully, after the crash, my dad had taken me out to show me how to correct if that were to happen. Again, thankfully he did, because the literal day that I got it back, it happened. Again. Now, this time, I was a lot more prepared, so I was able to correct out of it, and no crash occurred that day. I'm very grateful. Now you might be like, damn, bro, you're a horrible driver. No, I just was not a very good driver at the time. Now, I don't drive that death trap anymore. I got a car that I like quite a bit more. I don't know if you guys were curious to see any content about that. I will. In the future, I plan on making a second channel just about cars and automotives, because gaming, content creation, and cars are like my favorite things in the world. So I'll just tell you what it is. It's a 2011 BMW 328i. Nothing crazy. You can't click that. Before I start my channel, I'm gonna get I'm looking at a 2018 BMW M4. Really like BMW, really like their straight six engines, and their twin turbo V8s in like the M5s, M5CS, all that good stuff. So, a lot better with driving. Have not even been close to a crash ever since then. I've been in cars where people are really close to crashing. I don't know if it's just me or what in the hell it is, but it's scary. Would not recommend. 0 out of 10. But, after that, we still have the truck. It still works, all this stuff. It's, it's a Toyota, so it's going to be reliable. And I would never even come close to crashing my car now, because that thing is my baby, and I take care of that more than anything in the world. But that's kind of the end of the story, all had happened, we got it fixed. I went to school, I was in pain, I was hurt, I was in pain for a couple weeks, like I was sore for a really long time. But we got past that, everything was good and fine. And I don't think I've had any near-death experiences since then. I could be wrong. If I think of any more, I will definitely tell them. I'm thinking about making Minecraft just kind of like every once in a while when I'm feeling it. Just for fun. Just like part of the channel. you know, it'll be this world. I'll make it a lot better. I won't make this house won't be here forever. But if I ever think of any stories, I'll play some Minecraft with it. I mean, it's not only exclusively going to be when I play Minecraft, or it's not going to be where I'm only going to play Minecraft if I have a story to tell, but Minecraft's just an easier game to play when I'm telling stories, so if I do have a story, it will be during Minecraft, but that doesn't mean I'm going to exclusively play Minecraft to tell a story. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, consider subscribing. It's free to you guys. Would be very appreciated by me. I would be very happy. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and thank you for watching. See ya.